Well, hello everyone, and happy Friday the 13th. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We have got a little bit of a series going on with this new Edgar Allan Poe deck. I am really enjoying it, and I wanted to share with you some insights about Edgar Allan Poe before your reading. Now, if you're like, I don't give a shit about Edgar Allan Poe, just fast forward to the intro part. I do have timestamps, but I found Edgar Allan Poe really interesting. I had not known much about him. I had no knowledge of him. Edgar Allan Poe's guidebook says, "Welcome to the mysterious and macabre world of Edgar Allan Poe, where all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream." Now, Edgar was born in 1809. He was a master storyteller, and Poe can be associated with tarot, as through both the tarot and fiction, we learn more about who we are and what we can become. Tarot reveals our shadow sides, or the hidden realms within us, or the places we need to embrace and shine more light on, bringing up what's buried in our subconscious. So for Friday the 13th, I wanted to transmute the energies of what we normally would consider a scary, fearful, or darker holiday into an opportunity to address our fears hidden deep inside and release them, no longer keeping us bound or in this self-imposed prison. And we do that with our beliefs, our mindsets, with certain people, relationships, situations. And these things need light. They need clarification and allowing us to transmute these energies that keep us stuck, that keep us from growing, that keep us from raising our vibration. Now, Edgar Allan Poe saw a lot of death in his life. He lost his mother to tuberculosis. He lost his foster mother to tuberculosis, and eventually his wife Virginia. He also himself was born in 1809 and only lived to be 40 years old. And through the darkness and the grotesque of what he saw during his life and the challenges, the pain and the suffering that he went through, he learned for that darkness to be his muse, for him to create through the pain. You know, a lot of the best songs ever written were written by artists who were in a low, painful spot in their lives, and Edgar Allan Poe did that. He became creative within the dark energy. What I found interesting is that his mother actually died of TB in Richmond, Virginia. So as we look at Poe and his life, you know, he did not live to be very old. I mean, 40s was pretty old when you're in the times of tuberculosis, which they called Red Death because basically you ended up coughing up blood and choking to death, which is horrible. But before we go on, why are Fridays that fall on a month's 13th day so fearful? Let's tie it into Edgar Allan Poe. You know, we know Friday the 13th is Jason, Freddy Krueger, It, The Blob, aliens, you know, anything that scares the bejesus out of us. Now, Edgar Poe saw so much of it that he embraced it. So, but did you ever wonder where the superstition this dates come from and the mysticism that surrounds it? The unsettling power of the numerals were cemented through Christianity with the story of Jesus' Last Supper and the crucifixion, in which there were 13 individuals present in the upper room on the 13th of Nisan, Monday, which is a Thursday, the night before Jesus' death on Good Friday. So in Christianity, it went down as, you know, that isn't such a lucky day. In Norse or in Viking myth, they follow a very similar version of the Christian version, believing that 13 is an unlucky number because 12 gods or 12 lords in the Viking time were having a dinner party in Valhalla, you know, the afterlife, and the trickster, the god Loki, who was not invited to this party, this dinner, arrived as the 13th guest, and he was only there because he had arranged the assassination of their leader Balder with a mistletoe-tipped arrow. So the Vikings had a very similar superstition about Friday the 13th, but it kind of came from a little bit of a different aspect. Now we got the myth that links Friday the 13th with the fall of the legendary warriors known as the Knights Templar. On a fateful Friday, more than 600 Templars were arrested, brutally tortured, getting confessions from many of their dark activities. You know, darkness cannot exist in light. So all these perceived bad luck events that we label dark or unlucky, yes, horrible, difficult times. But the one thing that all these things have in common is that they ushered in change. One way or the other, there was transformation and change, and sometimes transformation is ugly. Sometimes it's pain, sometimes it's suffering. Like Edgar Allan Poe saw, sometimes it was tuberculosis and having your family members die. So during this dark time, instead of labeling something as dark or light, as an energetic being, we're learning to transmute the darkness, transmute and create through those times of darkness. And instead of focusing on the horrible aspects, focus on what comes next. You know, it's always darkest before the dawn. And the meaning of my readings is for us to get past the darkness. If we give hate, fear, energy to the dark things around us, then we're only adding to that, okay? So instead of even looking at Friday the 13th as something dark, let's look at it as an opportunity to transform some of our own fears. And we'll see you at your reading. Thanks for hanging out with me. Welcome, Sagittarius, to your Friday the 13th reading, and we are doing a gravestone spread for you. This is 5 cards, and it's in the shape of a gravestone. This spread will help reveal issues affecting any situation you face, as well as a solution to the problem. So with Friday the 13th, like I said in the intro, we're transmuting our fears or the energies that are holding us back from having the experience we truly desire. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this Friday the 13th, and let's see what messages the universe has for you, Sagittarius. And we're thanking our spirit guides, our ancestors, and our archangels for these messages today. So buckle up. All right, so let's read the Telltale Harp. The Duke chokes on his dinner and dies. When he comes to, he's in hell, an apartment which through the lurid vista gleams the most ghastly of all fires. The devil, his majesty, tells the Duke that his only chance of getting out of hell is to win a card game. So they play. The Duke counts, the hand is out, his majesty counts heavily, smiles, and is taking wine. The Duke slips a card. Now his majesty cuts the cards. The Duke bowed, dealt, and arose from the table and presented the king. His majesty looked chagrined. In this image, Duke takes his victory march as the crowd cheers him on. His red velvet cloak signifies a will to triumph over adversity. The green feather in his cap symbolizes everlasting success. The devil stalks him, yet the Duke is untouchable and unstoppable. So the Six of Wands is about having victory over something. You've achieved a major goal. Victory is upon you. Take pride in what you've accomplished, Sagittarius. This milestone may mark a graduation, an exam, a raise, a promotion. It could just mean you've got all your bills paid this month. You may be thrust into the limelight or receive recognition and acclaim. Maybe there's something you're working on, a project that could bring recognition to you. Don't be afraid to let your light shine. This is your moment, Sagittarius. Don't let your pride get out of hand now, and you'll find yourself without the support you deserve. So support will be important as you face challenges down the road. You have much more to achieve. Your confidence will fuel action towards your future goals. Well, all right then, Sagittarius. Your current influence is victory on the horizon with a little bit of a warning about being humble. But this is looking really good so far. Let's move on to our second card position. And that's the problem you do face. What's holding you back? What kind of possible fear is stopping you from having this victory, from having this triumph in your life, this success? All right, so we've got the Four of Swords. It shows a divine divine feminine kind of. So I'm going to read the Telltale Heart. It says, in the fall of the House of Usher, Roderick Usher's twin sister Madeline suffers from catalepsy, where she falls into death-like sleeping spells. At times, her anxiety can be crushing. One day, she falls into a trance and is believed dead. Roderick buries her in the family's tomb. Now 2 weeks pass. Then Madeline awakens and finds her way out of the tomb. She wasn't dead after all. She only needed to recover from her overwhelming panic. In this image, 4 knives hang above Madeline, with one knife laying horizontally on the ground, symbolizing the need for rest and recuperation. The blue hue indicates deep emotion, relaxation, and healing. So Sagittarius, after the challenges you faced, possibly you've had a heartbreak in your past, a 3 of Swords, you've been in a time of rest and recovery. You may have experienced emotional extremes and difficulties. The road ahead might be fraught with more challenges. You'll need all your energy to move forward. Don't jump into any commitments at this time. It's okay to spend some time alone. You need space to come into your own again, and when you emerge from isolation, you will be ready to forge ahead. This may have been a recent past that included a breakup, the start of a long-distance relationship, a separation from a close friend or relative, or a heartache that you're healing from in your past. If your heart still aches, the 4 of Swords calls you to reflect, relax, and recover. Meditate and rebalance your energies. Don't push forward quite yet. Get some extra sleep. Spend time in nature. There's no better time than now to treat yourself. So we have what's shaping your situation is you want victory. You want to pursue your passions and desires. You want success. But we've been so kind of programmed into thinking that we always have to push and always be accomplishing and always be achieving that we don't even spend time with ourselves. We don't turn off the phone and quietly just sit within our own energy. Now, you don't think all that distraction out there is not done purposely, now do you? So we have to take it upon ourselves to allow ourselves rest and recuperation. And that doesn't mean go on vacation and run around like a chicken with our heads cut off. Rest and recuperation means do nothing. It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to sit in front of a window in a comfy chair and read a book one day when it's pouring rain and neglect your chores. It's okay for you to take a bubble bath and soak in the tub and let the dishes sit in the sink for a couple extra hours. Rest and recuperation is a part of being balanced. And as a spiritual, energetic being, we are learning how to live within those energies and maintain balance. So let's look at card number 3 for you, and that's revealing the outside influence possibly affecting your situation between victory and moving forward and a time of relaxation. Kind of have a little bit of a contradiction going right here. And I've got the 4 of Pentacles. And oddly enough, Sagittarius, I had just started another reading for you where I was only doing 3 cards and it was about your dreams. But it started with the 4 of Pentacles. And now you've had the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. 4s are a powerful number of peace and stability. So revealing outside influence affecting your situation is the 4 of Pentacles, and this is about balance also. This is in the Telltale. The assignation features a wealthy man who lives in a lavish Venetian apartment, as we can see on the card. After saving the Marseille's child from drowning in a canal, the narrator offers the man a gondola ride back to his apartment. The man brings the narrator into his apartment to show off his opulent abode. The narrator's eyes fall upon a carpet of rich, liquid-looking cloth of chilly gold. Carvings, draperies, and sculptures from Egypt, Italy, and Greece fill the home. In this image, a scarab beetle emerges from the rich man's lapel pocket. 3 more scarab beetles scurry around the apartment. He exclaims to the narrator, "I see you are astonished at my apartment, at my statues, my pictures, my originality of conception in architecture and upholstery." Now, this divine masculine, he is proud of all he owns and is attached to his money. However, material wealth isn't enough to bring him happiness. The rich man kills himself because he can't be with the Marcella. So this is an energy of feeling the need for austerity. Perhaps you're paying back a loan or banking money or paying off a credit card. Since the card contains the energy of 4, it denotes the stability needed to help you attain your financial goals. Now the 4 of Pentacles teaches us balance. This energy helps you manage your life while building a solid future. You've probably worked very hard to get where you are today. If you struggled in the past, you may be inclined to hold on to your possessions. But money, like any item, carries energy. Energy should flow or it becomes blocked. Save, invest, at the same time, live and give. So the outside influences is the 4 of Pentacles. This is 2 4s wanting to have stability in all areas of your life, including your financial abundance. But it's reminding us, to have that abundance, always make sure you're taking time and relax and recovery. I just saw 1111. So this is all about balance. This is balancing the energies to accomplish the things we want, and that includes our material or financial aspects of our lives. Card number 4. Now this is your undoing or your weakness in regards to this situation. Now Sagittarius, if I pull another 4 card, I'm gonna fall over. You've had 4, 4, and 6. I like this though. This energy is really very peaceful. It's about stability. It's about balance, This is great. All right, so card number 4, your undoing or your weakness in regards to the situation. We've got the Hierophant. This is the divine masculine energy counter to the High Priestess. Card number 5. There's a crescent moon, and you can see it's showing Pluto in the background. Interesting enough, our solar eclipse on the 14th has a trine or a conjunction or a squaring in Pluto, making it a very intense time. So I found this very interesting right off the bat to see that Pluto was in the background. We have the pyramids in Egypt and a mummy here standing in front of a tomb that it looks like he has climbed out of. The telltale heart, in some words, with a mummy. A mummy has been enshrouded according to the rituals of his ancient Egyptian religion and placed in his tomb. Researchers then got a hold of the body and had a dissection party during which they unraveled the mummy's shroud. The dissection party was interested in conducting a conversation with the mummy, as the pharaohs were believed to become divine after physical death. In essence, they were considered mediums. Through them, it was possible to access heaven or the kingdom of heaven. In this image, a mummy stands next to the sarcophagus in which he was buried. The setting sun and a pyramid are shown on the left. Pluto and a crescent moon are depicted in the upper right. The axis between left and right represents the channel that connects heaven and earth, conscious and the subconscious. So the moon and the sun are the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. Sagittarius, your undoing or your weakness or a coach, but this is suggesting for you to start a ritual, to commit to a morning routine, create time and space for meditation, to join a group or a team or seek guidance from a mentor. This card calls for kind of some rigid structure and dogma. Before you can break the rules, you have to learn them. And once you understand the basics, you can make more complicated choices, which is the next major arcana card, the Lovers. So that's very interesting. This is like in preparation. It's getting rid of all those belief systems and those old patterns and ways of thinking. It's having a different perspective, maybe about marriage. Maybe it's stepping away from, your family's religious beliefs. It could be stepping away from, working in a corporation and working for yourself. This is all about tapping into your higher self. The Hierophant and the High Priestess listen to their intuition. They're connected with their higher selves. And the moon and the sun's energy are their guiding light. So knowing that the next major arcana is the Lovers, Sagittarius, this could all be in preparation. You're getting your finances in order. You're getting yourself stable. You're building a foundation in which you can move forward and manifest the things in your life that you'd like. And I just saw 1616. And this is all just so peaceful in teaching us how to balance things. And it's okay to walk away. You may have one belief system at 20, have a different one at 30, and have a different one at 40. We are constantly in a state of evolving, because as we have experiences and as we heal from wounds, we have different perspectives. We have personal growth. Now, card 5, the way out. It looks like you have it really going on here. The universe is just giving you a few little tips of how to move forward in this gravestone spread for Friday the 13th. How to step into that life experience and those accomplishments that you'd really like to have. And let's see what the final card is, the way out. Oh, and it flipped. Oh, nice. Again, Pentacles. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. And 9s are endings of cycles so that you can begin a new cycle. We have a beautiful divine feminine on this card. She's standing in front of the ocean. There's a ship in the background, and she is wearing the most beautiful gold cloak and headdress. She's got roses, and she's wearing a stone right on her third eye. So let's look at the 9 of Pentacles, and we'll close with this card, the way out. This is saying you've made it. You put in the hard work to get where you are, and now you can rest easy. Take pride in the material abundance and security you've achieved. You might be a successful entrepreneur. You may be retired after working for years at saving money and investing wisely. Maybe you have recently bought your dream home. Whoever you are and whatever you do, your financial freedom and independence gives you confidence. Now is a time of prosperity and success. Relax and indulge in the finer things in life. Take a luxury vacation. Eat some gourmet food. Enjoy your hobbies. You have earned it. So Sagittarius, wanting victory, balancing out our healing, balancing out our rest and recuperation with working hard to attain the things materialistically, or the things that we find to be abundant in our life. The Hierophant is, reminding us to follow our intuition, to be okay to do your own thing, to be okay to walk away. People's places, things, belief systems, religion, anything that we find holds us back or doesn't resonate with our truth anymore. And the way out is just to surrender and let the universe align these things for you. Keep your balance so we don't have any energetic blockages. Get your rest and your relaxation, and watch the magic of the universe unfold for you. You've done all this hard work, and these 4s are saying that is a time of peace and stability that is right around the corner for you. This is a beautiful reading. I loved it. I enjoyed doing this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as a content creator, we love and appreciate you liking, sharing, and subscribing, because your energy that you put towards this channel is what makes it grow, so that other people can hear these messages. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday the 13th, or whenever you're listening to this message. It is timeless, and whenever you found it is when you were meant to hear it. We'll see you at your next reading, Sagittarius. Peace.